What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. I'm doing an audio upload real quick. This is my biggest takeaway from Gavin Newsom winning California. I didn't think it was really that important because he's up for re-election anyway, again in 2022. But here's the big takeaway, and I've been mentioning it in other videos, and I have a decision myself to make with my family. To me, you have to consider moving. I know it's a big hassle, inconvenience. Life isn't fair. I'd rather not have to think about it. But it's something that has to be on the table. Here's Eric July's thread. This is my takeaway for California and really anybody in the country, whether you're in a blue area whether you're blue in a red area or you're red in a blue area or whatever the case may be. It's not even red or blue. It's like, is the area that I'm in conducive to my view on the world? Here's Eric July's thread. His thread starts with this. I will never knock anyone staying in an area and fighting, but I will say this, and I interpret fighting to be politically and social, not physically. There's a case to be made for a mass exodus from California from a liberty perspective, and it being conducive for liberty in the near future. So he's saying leaving California helps liberty. We don't need to argue on a lot of this stuff anymore. So if you are for critical race theory in school, or even if you're somebody who says critical race theory isn't being taught in school, I don't need to argue with you anymore, and I don't hate you. We need to love each other and respect each other enough to say, let's live in separate areas. Eric July goes on to say, you have allies that are in other states, and they are simply better living opportunities. States like Cali rely upon economic impact, be it through business or taxation. Unfortunately, the insane people run the state, and the zombies you're surrounded by want them to. So let's give them what they want. If you are happy with how California's ran, then live there, stay. Oregon, Portland, stay there. And for those who are not, it's not easy, but we've got to look at, and this is a part of this too, is concentrating power, not just relocating to areas with like-minded people so you can start from the ground up and you're not non-compliant in an area that could squash you like an ant. If you can't win the political social battle, then I'm not going to tell you to fight it. If you want to fight it, and maybe you could do the upset like David over Goliath, that's fine. Do it, but I'm not going to tell you to. I'll go back to Eric July says, I quote, obviously there are obstacles to relocation, but don't allow familiarity to trick you into thinking there are no other options. There are cheaper and better alternatives considering how uniquely far gone that state is. That's the end of Eric July's tweet there, and there's more. But for that tweet, let me reply. This is well beyond California. This could be California, it could be Oregon, it could be Michigan, it could be Wisconsin, any state. In the event y'all left, many of the deranged leftists there would celebrate and claim a victory. However, economic law does not rest upon Twitter retweets and snarky comments. That would hurt them economically, and they'd find out the hard way. I'm going to reply to all this. I'm going to finish his thread. I've got a couple thoughts on some of this. So in doing so, you may have them having to concede a harsh reality. Some people have to bump their heads before they realize a reality. I support you in your fight, but moving and regrouping is not the worst idea considering that failed state. I agree. But here's my big takeaway. History tells us that people on the left will always be the political and social aggressors against you, no matter what. That's just my opinion. When you go back and look through history, the left is very, not that there's no aggression anywhere else, but to me, the left, and I could do a separate video. I don't want to digress too much into that. That's a whole different controversial long form topic. The left is very aggressive. And when I say the left, I'm putting establishment, Democrats, GOP, basically anybody who agrees with these mandates. That's a lot of Republicans. So when I say left, don't think I'm not talking about Republicans. I'm talking about them too. In my opinion, on the issue that matters, they are on the left, on liberty. Anyone who is not on the left is going to be playing defense. That's going to happen whether you move or not. So if you're in California, let's keep it on California, and you're not on the left, that means you're libertarian, you're apathetic, you're a Trumpster, MAGA, whatever it is. If you're not in that group, the establishment group, you will always be playing defense. With that in mind, you will want to concentrate power, political and social power, with like-minded people in specific parts of the country. You're going to have to make sacrifices and hierarchy of things. That's why these voting acts in the Senate right now are more important than anything else. Democrats on the left and Republicans, established Republicans as well, I think they're going to get the votes to get to 60 to get over the filibuster and get it through. Something's going to get through on voting, in my opinion. There's no doubt about that. And the reason I say that is because Democrats are acting like they know it will. So that's me. It's like I play poker. I used to play poker a lot. The Democrats are giving me a tell. I think I have a hand. So we're playing poker, and all the moves that the Democrats are making, they seem like they should get destroyed in the midterms. But the way they're acting, like I'm trying to read them, they aren't acting like they're scared at all. They don't even have a slogan or a plan for the midterms, because I think they know they won't need one other than vote for us, we'll lock things down, or whatever they'll do with the pandemic. Dems want liberal voting laws to turn as many states as possible into California. Let me know what you think. Is it legitimate for me to say, because I think it was misconstrued, that I am totally against non-compliance? No, not. I am only for it, though, if I have a higher, at least over 50-50 chance to succeed. I need a better than a coin flip's chance of my non-compliance to succeed, and for me to be non-compliant with a group of other people living near me that are also the same way. That's concentrated power. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot for listening. Take care.